Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Bella. I'm a part-time reseller on eBay and Poshmark. I have my what solds from over Easter weekend. I hope you all had a great Easter. I hope you got some sunshine and you were outside with friends and you were eating lots of good food. Over here, we pretty much hung out at home. We were painting my son's room. It looks awesome. And just getting some housely things done. I don't know about you guys, but when spring hits, it's like, let's go. I'm gonna donate all the things this week and get the house ready. I was dusting ceiling fans, you know, fun stuff like that. So, okay, so the title of the video, no sales. Well, we'll talk about that. But first, we did have some sales. There was just one day Easter that I did not have sales. And we'll talk a little bit about why that is. I don't know exactly, but maybe you have some knowledge and, you know, holidays in particular, why sometimes we don't see sales. So we'll get into that. Let's start right off the bat with this bip. I'm going to say this wrong. Bippity, bip, 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 bip. This is a boutique brand. I got this in a buyout from the consignment store that I have a deal with. So I got it very reasonably. I ended up getting an offer this morning for it. It's been around since August. It's just, I don't know, boutique brands, as somebody that I did sell boutique brands for a while, I would do these large buyouts. I can't even remember the brand or where I would get them from. And they would send you like every size from extra small to 3X. And you'd get about 3 in each, or like maybe the extra smalls, you'd only get 1 or 2. But, so yeah, it was a boutique brand. I ran it when my kids were really little. I just did that. This was kind of before I transferred the clothing part over to eBay. Really cute stuff. I ran a page on Facebook for it. I liked doing it, but overall, it just didn't sell. I'd end up buying boxes of inventory for like $600, and I'd end up with like all these smalls left. And you never, like, you got to pick what you were getting, like what it looked like, but you did not get to, you know, pick sizes. And so I'd end up on some things losing money because I was ending up with all these extra smalls, or sometimes even the bigger sizes, just people didn't want them. And I turned to eBay and it really was not turning enough of a profit to have me keep doing it. So we let that go. Gosh, I can't tell you, like, my kids were little and we would get boxes of inventory, and they would, like, I have twins, and they would just bang on the door when they'd see the UPS guy. It was so much fun. Like, I would just open up and seeing what you would get. And I did do like mystery boxes as well of inventory, but gone are those days. It just did not, I definitely prefer picking out my own inventory for like anything really. Even as far as the consignment deal I now have at my local consignment store. This year, we kind of changed it up a little bit. I've been doing this deal with her for about 3 years. She actually let me come in this year and said, these racks, all $5, pick out what you want, which worked out way better for me because I wasn't ending up with stuff that was not going to sell in my store. You know, I know my customer base, and, you know, if you have an eBay store, you'll just start seeing what's selling and what's working for you. So I was much happier to be doing that. So BIP, B-I-B-I. I'm probably saying that wrong. Maybe. Okay, it sold for $10, and I think she like threw this one in the buyout because she just needed to get rid of it. And consignments are kind of, consignment, I'm like, maybe someday I should own a consignment store. I think I hear Marvin, so you may see him. If you hear a little bell in the background, that's him. Consignment stores, I guess after a certain amount of time, if you you give them like 90 days to sell it. And if it doesn't sell, I think you have an option to pick it up. I'm not even totally sure how it all works for her, but yeah, sold for $10, estimated profit $8.45. And as like an eBayer, I'm like, that would be a dream. Could you imagine if you also sell on eBay? Like, okay, you have a store and you're selling this stuff and then they don't pick it up and then you get to keep it and sell it on eBay. I don't know. You'd have to be super organized. I just make sure you're not selling things that you shouldn't be, or, you know. So part of the reason I love eBay is because it's super simple. I go in the SKUs, I see where my items are, and most of the time they're in there. I do highly recommend, if you can, like inventorying your items, you know, once or twice a year. It just helps out to see where you're at. And I've said this before, items do drop off eBay. Like, my husband's an IT guy, and when I said that to him, he's like, are you sure you didn't just not list that? I'm like, no. I'm like, I listed that. I know I listed it, and it's gone. It's missing. So, I mean, it's worth saying again, check your inventory, check your items, make sure your items are listed where you think they're listed. You know, and, you know, just check and make sure. Like, I know with me, sometimes I'll be pulling items out of a box and I'll kind of go whoop, and one will end up in a different box. And so it's just worth checking. Here we go. Tried and true. Talbots. This sold over the weekend, obviously not Sunday. So why is that, do we think? Let me check this and just make sure. I want to see if this is linen. It's not linen. I had a feeling it wasn't linen. So this sweater sold for $14. My estimated profit, $11.48. There was a little bit of overage from shipping. You will hear me talk about that. But it's also a good time to bring up, I did have somebody over the weekend message me, and you know, you'll get this. I actually really thought she was gonna purchase these things. She asked me if I would combine shipping for her, send her like, I measured the bottom of the shoe. She wanted to see how long it was, which I don't typically get asked that, but that's fine. And I measured it, and she was asking me a bunch of questions, and so far no sale, but you know, just, I can't, you know, if I have 1,100 items in my store, and I try really hard to make it pretty simple for buyers to see like what's available, and you know, what the measurements are, any stains, pointing all that stuff out, so there's not a lot of questions. But I didn't mind doing this. She actually, you know, we were busy over the weekend, and she had messaged me multiple times, and now still, like, I haven't heard anything back, which is common. I'm like, you know, sometimes they just want to know, and then they drop off the map. I don't know. So maybe she'll go in today and buy it. But that brings me into, she asked me if I would combine shipping, which I absolutely will do. So for me personally, what I do is I go in after they purchase the item. I see what the items together are going to cost. I weigh them together, and then I refund the buyer after I print the label for the two items. And there's a way you can do that in eBay. You can go in, combine the items. They'll be all under one SKU number for the post office. So, you know, once you do it, and it's like, I got to be sitting at the computer and like doing it, you'll get used to it. And then I'm happy to offer combined shipping. Doesn't happen a ton for me. I feel like a few years ago, maybe, like multiple items. I had a buyer a few years ago. She was buying like 20 items from me at a time and did it multiple times. So obviously, like, you know, maybe it's that buyers don't realize all the time that people will combine shipping. I absolutely will. Combined shipping is not the same as what I'm talking about here with the whole, you know, shipping overage thing. You know, your time is worth money as well. And absolutely, if I got a message from a buyer that said, hey, please refund me $4 or $5, whatever it was, I don't know. I would absolutely honor that, but that just doesn't happen frequently. And your time is valuable. You know, you have to go in, you have to use your own bags, and you're using your labels, and thing. So most buyers understand that. I don't even know if most buyers know that you get a discount for shipping on eBay. Maybe they do. I don't know. Okay, sold for $14, estimated profit $11.48. Friends, it's the bread and butter that keeps the ship moving. So, all right. I think this is linen. And watch, I will be like, this is linen, and then it's not linen. Well, we'll see. Chico's. I really cut back on picking up Chico's. It does not sell like I would like it to. Yeah, I got this for $1. So that's probably why I got it. This was a church sale, I'm assuming, because it just says $CS, and typically that means church sale. Ligocell. There you go, I'll show you. But hey, if I was out in the wild and I looked at this shirt, I would think linen. This is like beautiful spring colors. It's also a good time to bring up, I sold 0 things on Poshmark this weekend. My Poshmark store needs some love. I'm gonna have to like go in, I need to delete things, I need to update things. So yeah, it's just, but I think my mind goes like, when I'm selling things on eBay, I'm like, oh, I'm selling things on eBay, it's fine. And then if eBay slows down and I'm not selling on Poshmark for something, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta like get on Poshmark. And then they're all the same in a way when it comes down to it. It's like, you have to be like active on there. And honestly, I only pay like, okay, so I have my eBay subscription, but then I have my Posher VA, and currently I'm paying for List Perfectly. So I'm paying around $75 a month to be able to have that app to share items on Poshmark in order to even sell it. So I really need to be more diligent about doing that. That's just my story of the day. Well, I have multiple stories every day. Okay, so the Chico's top sold for $17.33. My estimated profit, $15.01. So out the door it goes. And I always say this, would I pick Chico's up again? Like if you're sitting there like just wondering if I would. And honestly, yes, I'm sure I would. The bigger the better, unique, and I don't know, plain tees, no. You know, but like something like this is really cute. I just have had it for a while. So good time to show you again, package it up here. If you've been watching, I prefer to stand. I'm in my big window. I will go back to the table as well with the kids off and painting the house or my son's room. It's just like wherever I can go to bag these up and tape a video, and the sunlight now coming in my big window is awesome. So, okay. All right, so let's talk about Sunday while I'm getting my other item ready. Sunday, Easter Sunday. I have found, and please let me know if you guys have experienced this as well, holidays. Sometimes, I am pretty sure I did not sell any items on Christmas. I can't think of another major holiday. What do we have? Nothing like St. Patrick's Day and stuff like that, but like Easter yesterday. I woke up yesterday thinking, you know what? I'm probably not going to sell anything today because I think people are just too busy. They're not thinking, oh, I'm going to shop online today. And then the funny thing is I wake up this morning to a sale. It's like, it's a new day. The sale came through today on Monday. But Easter Sunday, no dice. And like I said, Christmas, I'm pretty sure I didn't sell anything. Pretty sure I actually didn't even sell anything on Thanksgiving. This is a common thing year after year, and I'm absolutely sure there's other people selling stuff, but for some reason, for me, thrifted clothing does not sell on holidays. So that's where you get the no sales. That's a little bit depressing because recently, and I was thinking about making a video about this, I have had, it might have been since Christmas, I have made sales every day on eBay for months now. I was trying to figure out the last day I didn't, but I knew it's been a few months, which is awesome. because every sale adds up. These are Eddie Bauer pants from my Eddie Bauer buyout. The lady that owned everything, every color of Eddie Bauer. And I sure hope she's getting rid of more this year because it's getting to be that time. I think the sale's in May. And I didn't even realize May is like next week. I hope you guys like my shirt. Did I talk about this shirt? I hope it's not too like, it's made locally. I might have talked about it because I started a video and it didn't, I don't know. Thanks for sticking with me. My mom and I have the same one. I should see if I can find the picture, I'll pop it up and you'll see here. So the Eddie Bauer pants. I've had really good luck with Eddie Bauer pants. Like this lady, her yard sale, she had a bunch of like the pull-on jogger pants. Well-known brand, everybody likes it. You know, it sells. I've had so much Eddie Bauer stuff since last year, and it's just a consistent going out the door. They were good sizes, shirts, jackets, and everything. This cost me $25. So, and it was like pristine, like new condition, pretty much. So they sold for $19.60. My estimated profit, $13.99. So yeah, Eddie Bauer all day long. You know, I don't know. Personally, I have said it. I can't find super expensive brands. I also kind of think it's going to be harder right now and moving into the summer to move more expensive brands just because, you know, everything going on. So I'm going to keep picking up the bread and butter, the things that are selling for me that are consistently selling. Will I pick up a diamond in the rough, you know, like something really good? A couple months ago, I showed it on a video. I got a, what was it? J. McLaughlin or Gunny Sacks dress. I've never found Gunny Sacks or whatever, ever. Okay. And I actually found it in my area, which was crazy. No, maybe it was Jessica McClintock and Gunny Sacks. Anyways, it's still sitting in my inventory. And I was like so hopeful. I was like, it'll sell really quick. Didn't sell very quick. Did not. What do I know? I don't know. So I'm just going to stick with the brands that are selling. Great time of year because there's sales galore popping up. This weekend, I didn't have any sales because it was Easter weekend. There was nothing. Nobody was having any church sales or anything. I love church sales. So, okay. These are 2 more to go. Here we go. These are my sons. Okay. And these were my sons. I'm cleaning them up just a little bit because as you can see, there was mud stuck to the bottom. I don't know. Do you guys have boys? If you have boys, my daughter's shoes never look like this. My sons definitely. They, you know, Crocs are good. You know, they are pretty, they have life left in them. He just grew out of them. So I put them on, and Crocs I just got a new, he wants orange Crocs now for summer because I get them a new pair like going into like every summer. So here they are. But as you can see, they've got some wear. And I disclose that in the listing. That's, you know, the buyer knows. I always get slightly nervous that somebody doesn't look at every picture and, you know, see every single flaw, just because I prefer to sell things that are pristine, like pretty much, like not, you know, this is a little bit like, look, it kind of matches my shirt, but you know, they're still have life left in them. I like throwing, like there's no holes or no, you know, everything's still attached. So they are going to a new home. I think I sent out an offer for these, $15.40. I don't remember what I bought these for, and because they were my sons, I'm doing the profit as $12.20. So remember, start at home, friends. That's the best place you can get anything. You know, if you don't want to put a lot of money into this business yet, if you have an iPhone, if you have natural sunlight, gosh, I hope we all have natural sunlight. Even just, yeah, just go outside. I mean, I remember when I first started, I was actually taking pictures on my bed. Like, so that was like, I don't know, when I was selling clothing, that was like around when the kids were super little. So, I mean, you show the goods, you know, and you work with what you have, honestly. I think that's why, you know, like I'll look at like new equipment or I'm like, do I need that? I'm trying to like, so yeah, work with what you have, start at your house. I start at your house. That's where I'm saying, like, kids especially grow out of things. Like my daughter's all like, I'm growing out of she got UGG boots for Christmas. And so she's like, I'm growing out of them. I'm not going to fit in them next year. And I'm like, eBay, you know? So, and I do that even with my like Brooks running shoes that I used for working out. They like on my one foot, they stop, like the cushion doesn't, I don't know. I think I favor like my left side. I always just put them on eBay or Poshmark afterwards. They always sell, and you know, somebody else is going to use them. Maybe they'll take the insoles out and, you know, do whatever. So, okay. I'm talking a lot again. Did I cover what I wanted to cover? I think so. This is the final countdown here. Does anybody, if you're a reseller, do you have anything that's been in your inventory like forever? Like almost as long as you've been selling, and you'll come across and you'll be like, oh yeah, that. This one actually was on the chopping block recently, and I decided, I think I just delisted and relisted it. This is a Victoria's Secret bra. It is pink. So, it's just been haunting me for years. I'm like, it's a medium. I don't know. I love like picking up, I see a little something. I love picking up bras. You know that. I've said that before. This one just, I don't know if it was the size, the price, all the things. It's been here forever. I'm trying to find a little bag for it. So anyways, it's not going to be here anymore. It's out the door. So with bras now, I'm primarily trying to pick up bigger sizes, unique sizes, even like, even if it's not like a super reputable brand. I got a couple of, I think it's Auden bras that I'm gonna like put together so that, you know, and sell them in a lot of two. Bras are too expensive. They're just too expensive. So definitely people are out there looking on the other, apparently they're not looking for this bra, or when they were, it took them a while to find it. So it sold for $14. My estimated profit, $8.64. So this is going out today. See you later, alligator. I'm looking forward to clearing out more inventory so I can get more inventory. It's my favorite time of year. It is Christmas for resellers, yard sales, estate sales, church rummage sales, and sometimes even thrift stores have really awesome deals this time of year. So it's worth just, you know, occasionally taking a little stroll into your thrift store. I've found some of these ma and pop thrift stores, they don't advertise as much. And I'm kind of like in an area where that's like, I'd say it's 50-50. Like the ma and pop, there's some that do and there's some that don't. So it's definitely worth, you know, if you have a favorite in your area and maybe you don't, and maybe you're like me, you don't go in thrift stores as often in the summer, take a, you know, if you got a few extra minutes, take the time, run in, see if they're running sales and deals, make sure you're looking. I always find, I get asked a lot, where do I find the sales? And it's mostly Facebook, driving by, word of mouth. So yeah, that's where I find my stuff. And it works out good. So I had my uncle recently ask me, do you sell on Craigslist? I'm like, people are still selling on Craigslist? I'm like, no. I've never sold on Craigslist. Let me know if you have, but I never have. I don't think I ever will. Maybe if it makes a comeback, I don't know. I always thought that was for like grills and weed whackers and I don't know, big things. And I'm not shipping that. Okay, friends, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. I put out about 2 to 5 videos a week, depending on what's selling and what I have to show you. Thrift hauls and what sold and just informational stuff. I've been selling on eBay for over 20 years. I have sold over 18,000 items in my eBay career myself. I wrap it up. Like sometimes when I think about that number, that's insane to me, all by myself. So I have faith in you. If you've been thinking about this, you can definitely do it. I love this for moms and dads at home looking for extra income. This is really awesome. If I'd have known like when I was 7 years old running a garage sale that I would be doing this someday, like it's the never-ending yard sale, friends. So join us. You know, make some extra money. It's, you know, plenty of people do this full time as well. So you can do it. I believe in you. Okay, friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me again. I will be back later in the week. I hope you get some sunshine. I hope you see blue skies, and I don't know, I hope you go out and get some awesome deals thrifting this week. So until next time, friends, I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.